body, speech, and mind held in perfect oneness. I send my heart along with the sound of the bell. May the hearers awaken from forgetfulness and transcend all anxiety and sorrow.
Ba nghiệp lắng thanh tịnh, gửi lòng theo tiếng chuông. Nguyện người nghe tỉnh thức, vượt thoát nẻo đau buồn.
Please find yourself a comfortable posture and enjoy your breaths along the three sounds of the bell. Good afternoon, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to our monthly Mindfulness Day. Today is the 21st of January 2017. We are having our monthly Mindfulness Day from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. How was your day so far? And did you have a good meal? Did you enjoy the Vietnamese sweet and sour soup? This is a very traditional soup in south of Vietnam. In Vietnam, we have three parts of the country. We have north, central, and south. And each of the region, they have their own traditional food. So when you talk about that type of food, or the name of the soup, name of the noodle, name of the rice or whatever, or even name of the cake, and they know where is that food belong to. Canh chua, the soup that you take today called canh chua. Canh means soup, chua means sour. But that is all the different type of vegetables, right? Tomato, what else? Oca, bean sprouts, celery, pineapple. Yeah. You have to chop the fresh pineapple and you boil it, so the juice. So all the soup you take there is from the vegetable broth. We don't use MSG. It's all from vegetable broth. And it's good for your health. In the temple, when we cook the soup, we all use the vegetable broth. Instead of using different kind of a chicken broth or beef broth, we use vegetable broth. It's cool your flame in your body. This afternoon we will have another chance to bring all the questions together. And I have a few questions here. When you have a chance to travel to somewhere, and then before the airplane take off, the flight attendant will give us some instruction. No matter how long the flight, even 30 minutes or 40 minutes, according to the rules, they must give us some instruction. They must show us how many emergency exits and what happening if something happen. Especially, the oxygen mask when they drop down, and the first thing we do is put on for yourself first before you can help the other beside you. Is that true? When we have enough reflection, and we can take that as a sample of the practice. We do have compassion for everyone, for everything around us. But when we have only compassion, loving kindness, not enough. We must combine our insight, our wisdom, our understanding, along with our kindness, in order to give them the right help. Sometimes you want to help, but you don't know. We may not know how, and when, and what, and who. Who to help? Who can we help? Are they willing to take our help? Somebody, they do not want our help. Even they very suffer, they very down. They need help, we know it, but they refuse our help. Or sometimes they accept our help, but what can we help? So we don't ask what's wrong. Then how can we help them? How can we give them the right help? If we know that, they say, I have a headache, then we know what kind of medication to give. If they say, I have stomachache, then we know what's wrong and how can we help. Let me help. But you just jump in, we help, but what can I help? This is reality. So again, the light of understanding, the light of mindfulness is on the top of all kind of helping. You have to know, let's say if they broke their legs, you must know how to lift them up, otherwise you make them more worse. If you help a senior to sit up from the bed, you must know how, otherwise we may break their bones. So helping is a good intent, but we must know how to help. So what do we cultivate? Understanding. Understanding. And very traditional term we use is wisdom, insight. If we have no understanding to love, we have no understanding about help, then there is nothing can be done in a completely way. Before we cook, I want to cook for my son, you must know what kind of food they like. Or even you know what kind of food they like, then you know how to make it. You see that? Understanding is very needed in our daily life, daily activities. We have the intent to give somebody a ride, but first thing we know that I know how to drive. I know how to read your address. And if we want to drive, we must know the rule, how to drive. So there's nothing in this life we do that without understanding. So the intention that we want to help someone is good. But the practice here is we must combine with our understanding how to help. And first of all, you have to understanding yourself. Do you able to help? You understanding somebody's situation already. Now they need help, but are you available? Do you have enough capacity? Do you have enough power to help, energy to help? So first, before we help someone, let's help us first. Put the mask for us first. Because you only can keep you survive, then you can help the others to survive. This is the truth. No question. So right on the airplane, you already learned a lecture. You already learned what is called meditation. You had a subject to meditate. Oh wow, this is exactly what we need to do for life. Help us and then help others. Keep us healthy before we can make others healthy. When you have a chance to go to the hospital or the senior home, and they used to put the sign right at the front door. If you have the flu, please do not visit any patient. Why? Because you may, you coming visit a patient is good. It's a nice intent. But are you healthy enough to visit? Or you bring virus to them to make them more worse. They're already a patient with their own sickness, with their own disease. And now you may bring more virus, your flu, your cold, to affect them, to influence them, to make them more worse. So staying home doesn't mean you bad, but that to show your help. So sometimes you stay away doesn't mean that's mean. You stay away in order to help. If someone is so angry, or sometimes they're in a bad mood, they're in anxiety, sorrows, they need time to heal. So doesn't mean that you sit beside them and talk all day in order to show that you try to help. Maybe just keep silence is already a great help. Because in that moment, that person needs some silence. They need some, space to breathe, to reflect, to calm themselves down. Is that true? So that's why in Buddhism, we have the bell and the drum. The drum symbolizes for understanding. The bell symbolizes for love. You love someone, you want to help someone, it's only part of your kindness. But if you're able to cultivate your understanding, the art of helping, you may help them better. If you love a kid, they sit there with the math problem. You walk by, you tell them the answer, but you don't show them how to solve the problem. Are you will be there for all their life to give them the answer? So the best way is to sit down and teach them how to multiply, how to add, how to subtract, how to divide, so they can work on their own. So the question here is, in the midst of this entire life, it is difficult to stay healthy enough to help others. So if we are unable to be healthy, then we are unable to give any person good health. So we must keep ourselves in a good condition, a good health. Health can be mentally or physically, but especially mentally. I have been helped a lot of social workers. They are social workers. They used to work with a lot of problems, kids, family situation, and sometimes the more they help, the more they down. The more they help, the more they down. Why? Because some problems come to them that match with their own problems, and they increase their problem because they receive, but they do not know how to transform. It's like a dry soil can take the water, but no dissolve, no evaporation, just stay there. So helping others is good, but we must cultivate understanding how much we can help. We do not give them the answer, doesn't mean that we bad. But we know that they, in this moment, they need to work on their own. Sometimes people, all they need is give them some time to heal. They already have instruction. But you know what is the best thing to help someone to transform and to overcome their suffering? Time. Instruction we can give in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But they may take a year to work on the instruction that we gave. Is that true? We may have the recipe, how to cook. We know everything. We know how to cut. We know we can prepare everything. But we need to take few times in order to cook that dish good. Because we may, not really succeed on the first, second, or third time. Unless we do fourth time, fifth time, or many times. So in this question, we try to help the others with the difficulties. It's good. But first, we need to know how much capacity we have. Are we healthy enough? Or we can help them according to our capacity. Let's say they need $100. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have that much, but I have $10. I hope that this little, 1% of this amount may help you with whatever you can. So this person cannot buy the whole cart of grocery, but at least they can buy a few loaves of sandwich to help them to survive for a few days. And then at least you can keep them in a good health within our own capacity. And if we're able to do that, we are, wise enough on the path of service. Sometimes you are not well, you can stay home. You stay home, but you cannot help them in action, but you can help them in your mind, in your support. When I was in India, a lot of people, a lot of poor people, how can we give them all? So sometimes we just drive on the street, we see, poor people walk on the street, and we cannot stop and give them. So what I do is I silently pray for them, send them my love, send them my wish. I hope that they all be happy, and enough to eat, to live. So there are many ways to help. In action, in material, or in spiritual support. Sometimes what you can help them with, just sit beside them, keep silent, give them your hug to keep them cozy, warmth and support. Sometimes all I do is hold their hands. Sometimes when I look at them with all my loving kindness, they can feel it. They can feel and they can say that it's healing enough. When you come to the hospital, visit a patient who is in coma, sometimes you just hold their hands and you keep silent. They do look like they don't understand you. They do not have any response. But you can hold their hand and send your energy of love, of support, of prayer. So we all can help others in many ways. Not only one way, not only instruction, but we can help many ways. Why? Because we have understanding. How can I help? When can I help? What can I help? Why we need to cultivating, the intention of help? Because we gratitude. We do have the idea of appreciation and gratitude to many around us. Not only people around us, but even, all the materials that we use every day. Or even you reflect a little bit deeper and you will realize that we need to appreciate and gratitude to each of our body parts. Let's say we appreciate and we gratitude to our lung, our kidney, our heart, our eyes. Have you ever meditation and send your gratitude like that? If not, then you should do it, especially at night when you sleep. If you have lot of thinking, lot of worries while you sleep, then the more you worry, the more you anxiety, the more you suffer on the bed, the more you damage your health because you cannot sleep, but you make all your body parts working overnight, overtime. So what can we do is we close our eyes and send love, send gratitude to. Breathing in, I send my gratitude to my heart because my heart works so well. In the past 50 years, in the past 40 years, none of the moment that my heart stopped breathing, stopped beating. Because if my heart stopped, then I die. So sometimes I stop and rest, but my heart never stops and rests. So when you send your gratitude and your love to your body part like that, what happens? We will wholeheartedly live mindfully and take things mindfully, gently. We try not to abuse the heart anymore. Not to be mean to our heart. Not to be mean to our lung. Not to be mean to our kidney. Not to be mean to many other parts. Why when we rest we close the eyes? Because we want to let the eyes have time to rest. Only when the eyes can close. Because if we still open, then the eyes have to working, looking and receiving. So close our eyes. You see? When we say a minute of silence, everybody close their eyes. When you want to remember of something, you try to close your eyes. When you want to thinking of someone, you close your eyes. Why? Every time when we talk about thinking, remembrance, we close the eyes. Because that is the time to go back to ourselves, to go back inside. And only when we're able to go back to the inside, our thinking deeper, we can live deeper. Otherwise, we just stand on outside. So, the benefit of our gratitude every day is to live mindfully. And because we see that after our appreciation, after our gratitude, we see that we are linked. We are linking to each other. I am in you, you are in me. If I, damage this fresh air, then this fresh air will become pollution. And I also the one who receives this pollution again. But if I appreciate this fresh air helping me, then I would try to live and try my best to protect this environment. This is the fourth contemplation when we have lunch, when we have meal together. May we keep our compassion alive by eat in such a way that we can protect the life of others and to preserve the global warming. Why we have global warming? Because humans just destroy, just take and just use, but never spend time to protect. Anything we take, we must give back a little bit. Otherwise, nothing can be survived. Everything will be done. In Vietnam, we have a fruit called jackfruit. Have you ever tasted jackfruit? You can eat the meat of the jackfruit. You also can eat the seed of the jackfruit. You can boil and the jackfruit tastes like potato, even more tasty. We know it's tasty, but doesn't mean that we do not try to keep few seeds back so we can grow it again. If we take all the seed and we boil it, we enjoy and no more jackfruit. Or even durian. You can eat the meat of durian, but you also can eat the seed of durian. They taste like egg yolk, tasty. We know that, but we cannot eat them all. Try to save some so we have more in the future. In Vietnamese tradition, on the wedding ceremony, the men's side is the bride side, or the groom. The groom side. They must bring some gift to the lady's family, the bride side, to present and ask and request the family, the relatives to accept their request to marry that lady in their family. So the groom's, the bride's side would take all the gift, but before the groom's side go back to their home, they must take half of each of the tray to return. This is the tradition. When somebody gives on the wedding ceremony, they give you all the gifts, but you must take like 6 trays. Each of the tray you take part, give back. This is what we call returning the gift. They are coming to us with a full gift, but we kind enough. We appreciate, but we return some. Let's say if we do show our gratitude to the bell, then we will treat this bell gently. We need to hold the bell, carry the bell in such a way so we can use the bell longer. So anything around, not only human, but even with material, we need to use them with our gratitude behave. Why? Because that is the only way to keep things last long, safe, and in a good condition. When you drive carefully. Is the way to show your gratitude. Why? Because if you got into accident, not only yourself damaged, but you maybe somebody in your car and somebody you hit, or somebody caused you in the accident. And not only between two of you injured, but the family suffer with your injury. So it's a fact, it's related. So every day when we live, we always pretend that I am a driver. And in my vehicle, I have my whole family in. So we have to drive carefully. Make sure everybody in our vehicle safety. Same thing. Every day when you live, you must know that you are carry all your ancestors, all your family in you. If something happened to you, they will suffer. So that is when you know you appreciate them like that, you gratitude them like that, then you yourself must know how to live healthily, mindfully, happily, and peacefully for yourself. You can say, Mom, I love you. But show your love by the way you live. If you just damage your health, damage your body, damage your future, damage your life, and your mom suffer silently inside of her. Because she know that you owe enough to work on your own, but as a mother, they cannot, refuse you. They cannot turn around, they cannot turn away from you. Even they stay home, but their eyes always follow you. Their mind follow you. Where are you now? I have never been as a parent, but I have been as a teacher to my young students. Someday, when I look at the clock and they are not returned home from school, maybe 7 p.m., 8 p.m., I start to concern. I need to text them, call them. At least they answer me and tell me where they are now. What are they doing? And in that moment, I understand they are not my birth, my blooded children. Then I already love them that much that I know how their parents love them even more. So to our young friends, when your parents love you and care for you, you feel that it's over love. But that is the only love from parents. We are unable to find any other love like that from others. And I know that one of the sentence from the poem that I like. Even you travel, this whole world, this whole universe, the one who is waiting for you at home is only your mom. And this is very true. So, the benefit of gratitude is why? What you benefit from that? You live your day, your life meaningful and happily. When you're able to calm yourself, keep yourself in a healthy, you're able to help others to overcome their anxiety, their sorrow, because you have experience. You know, you only can help people. Reality, in the reality way, is when you have enough experience, not by knowledge, not by books, discussion, but you able to help them directly according to your experiences. If you already suffer about separating or break up with our boyfriend, with our girlfriend, how hurt, how pain, how disappointed, you're able to help your younger generation or your friend or somebody around you directly, and more reality. Today, the Vietnamese association in Edmonton, they organized the New Year's festival in St. Albert. So I was invited to come to attend the opening ceremony and give a short speech. And in the tradition that before we start the New Year's celebration, we must pay respect to the national ancestor, I mean the ancestor of our nations. And my sharing is, please, everyone here in this afternoon for the ceremony, you should know that we are not only bowing to the Vietnamese national ancestor, but also Canadian ancestors. Especially this year, we celebrate 150 years anniversary. And if you reflect deeply that with many generations, within 150 years long, how much our Canadian ancestors have put their effort, their wisdom, their insight, their work in order to build this country. We are the Vietnamese who immigrants in Canada within these 42 years. So now we are part of the children of these Canadian ancestors. So when we bow to the ancestors, the nation's ancestors, not only Vietnamese, but also to Canadian. And I also remind everybody is each of us, we have two family of ancestors. Blooded ancestor and spiritual ancestors. Blooded ancestor is the one who gave us this physical body, who gave us birth, raised us, feeding us. But without teachers, we have no knowledge. So our knowledge is transmitted to us by teachers. And teachers are our spiritual ancestors. So each of us, we have two shoulders. And each of the shoulder we carry one ancestor. Then why you need to recognize that? In order to live good. In order to know that we have the responsibility. We do have the responsibility with all the things we do. Because we carry our ancestor all the way from Vietnam to Canada. And now we have the role to play is how to transmit this role to our next generation, because most of them born in Canada. So now they are real Canadian. But in them, they do have the blood as a Vietnamese. So, without the government, this nation, we are not here right now. We cannot sit here with, peaceful movement like this to discuss, to talk, or to practice. And why are we doing like this? And a lot of people have sacrificed for this country, for this world, for this planet. Lot of people, they spend their time, their wisdom to research different kind of disease in order to help. So without those people, we have no medications to help for all different kind of diseases. So if we reflect deeply, so many things we should appreciate. Even when you hold up this stick, where does this stick come from? From wood, from tree. So the one who cut the tree down, you already owe the tree. Huh? The tree have their life, and now because of we want to make something like this, we need to sacrifice a life of a tree. We cut the tree down and we make it into this stick to invite the bell. So if we lift up this tree, this stick, and we know this is a wooden stick, but lot of work in here, lot of work and lot of time, because they need time, the water, the rain, the cloud, everything to make the tree grow, and then people cut down, and the one who cut it, where they come from? The one who made it, where they come from? So many conditions, so many elements to combine together to make one thing appear. Even when you drive, we need to fill out the gas. I have money, I can fill the gas, but who make what do we call? Work on the site to bring gas into all the stations for us to refill. We just stop there, open our vehicle, we have gas to refill. But don't we know that people work outside? Even cold, they still need to work outside in order to fill the clean gas for us to use. And if we have the eyes of reflecting like that, then we realize that so many things around us, even one grain of rice or even one piece of paper, because we appreciate in that way, so we never dare to waste anything. People try to make it, to give us to use. For us to use, they never say, I'm going to do this for you to waste. Right? The declaration is, the truth is, I am going to make this for people to use. But people don't know how to use. They turn around and they waste. I cannot say, I try my best to call all the donation to build this temple for you to waste, for you to damage, for you to destroy. But we build this for us to practice, to keep, to protect. So we keep good health in order to continue the path of practice. Even though we know that this health one day will be done, end. But not because of it ending, we stop everything now. It will stop naturally, but we never try to put the effort into to make it stop faster. One quotation that I like is, life is short, please do not make it shorter. Life is suffering, please do not invest more suffering. We already have enough suffering. Try not to suffer us more. But what we do is suffer less. How do we suffer less? If we do not practice. If we do not try to put the effort into the practice. Everything needs the effort. You try to do something to make things possible. We have a family. A man, a lady, they come together. And they build up the happiness, and they create their next generation, their continuation by having kids. And why they want to having kids? Because they want to enjoy what is called family. They do not, bring kids to this life and then suffer them by fighting, by argument, by yelling, by screaming to each other. We may give our children enough food to keep them, their physical health survive, but in another way, we damage their spiritual, their mind, by the way we live, by the way we behave to each other. And you know that the way we suffer each other is even suffer more than hungry of food, hungry or thirsty of water. We have no food for a day, it's okay. We can fasting for a week, it's okay. But we cannot handle, suffering for a month, for a week, or even a day. A day of suffering is long like a year. This is how we used to say that. 1 year of happiness is short like a second. A minute of suffering is long like a day or a year. So we all have somebody around us for us to help. Our loved one, children, family, relatives, friends, and even us. Don't we know that we do have the being inside of us for us to help? And what is that being? Our suffering, our anxiety, our sorrows. We need to bless them too. So that's why we do have another type of meditation called total relaxation, because that is the time for you to come back to yourself. You total relax. Why? How can you relax? Because you know you want to allow your whole body to rest. I close my eyes. I want to allow my eyes to rest. I lie down firmly on earth like this in order to allow my body to rest. I won't do anything anymore. I'm not working anymore. I'm not walking anymore. I just want to help my legs to rest, my arms to rest. I relax everything. I release everything to make my mind to relax. Because so much things in me, I'm heavy in my head. I take a lot of things unhealthy. That's why I heavily my heart, my lung, my chest. So if you do have some painful on your body, put your hand right there and send your love. Let's say if someday you have a chest pain, you can put your hand on your chest. I know you signal. I appreciate that you have told me that you are not well today. I'm sorry I have abused you. That's why you're not this well. Thanks for your signal. Thanks for your certification. And because you told me that you are not well, that's why now I will less work. I will do something to help you. Maybe I will drink more hot water to help you to calm. Maybe I will stop taking more jobs. I will stop one job and just work one job only because my age is 50 now. And you are all along with my age. Of course, when we are 50, our lung also that age too. This is the truth. So why we practice Buddhism? To cultivate all of that insight. We do not come for a religion. We do not come for a belief, a faith of, the Buddha give us anything. But the Buddha gave us the instruction of how to deep reflection. How to cultivate your deep understanding. Only when you can understand that way. And that is the way to help you, to overcome for your suffering and help people around you. And the one thing you should know that once you live happy, people around you happy. Especially your loved one, your relatives. Why? Because they don't have to worry for you anymore. So if we do love someone around us, try to, protect ourselves in the practice. Protect here doesn't mean you try to take a lot of food and sleep a lot of hours. Don't do anything. So people say, why don't you help me? Oh, I'm resting. I'm trying to help you my body. Enough time to sleep, enough food to take, not overeat, not overwork, not overwhelmed of anything. Nothing extremely. But balancing everything, moderation everything. If you are, if there is a boy, a young boy, a young girl, Mom, can I play game? Okay, you can play half hour before you go to bed. If that little kid play and then stop on time, they never make their parents get mad. The parents don't have to yell before they go to bed. So if you are the children, if you are the boy, the daughter, the son, you love your parents, just stop your playing game on time, go to bed on time, you already show your love. You already declare you are loved. A husband can show his love easily. Honey, I can help you to wash dishes today. You are tired from work and you spend time to cook. I will help you to wash the dishes. It's even better than a rose. You do not need to spend any money for the rose. But your action is already a beautiful rose. Because the flower symbolizes for something, you want to tell them. Especially a rose. That means, I love you. I care for you. Now, show your care, show your love. Even you bring them a flower, but you must take a vase and bring them in here. You do it yourself. I have a rose for you here. You arrange yourself. There are two different types of Sangha. We are get together like this, or we have a place where we organize a mindfulness day, a meditation session. We call our community a Sangha. But don't you know that in each of us, we do have a small community here? Why? How? And what? Our 5 aggregates. The form, the feeling, the perception, the mental formation, and the consciousness. These 5 aggregates is our Sangha, because when they still can work together, we survive. And you reflect deeply that the lung, the heart, the kidney, all of the body part here, they work together. They are a small community in here. They work in harmony together to keep this big community survive. If one day they are fighting, the kidney fighting, on strike, what happened? This community collapsed. We're sick. We're not well. Why we eat, why we drink? Because we want to bring food to make this whole community working in harmony together. They're supporting each other. So the community here and the community outside. If we are able to live peacefully within the community, within ourselves, we easily to work with the community around. And if we live in area that they have no community, then we can go back to ourselves and taking good care for this, our own community. Sometimes, you travel by yourself. You have no one with you. You are on your own. You do bring your own community with you wherever you travel. Be kind to them and try to protect this community as much as we can. Because the Sangha means the community that live with harmony and awareness. So anyone who live with harmony and awareness, they are part of the Sangha. Sangha doesn't mean only community, but this is what we call mindfulness community, mindful community. This community come together to support each other, to help each other, to make each other live happily, healthily, peacefully, not to damage, not to destroy, not to suffer. If that happens, and it's not a real meaning of the word Sangha. Sangha is the community that live with awareness and harmony. So I am aware how is my health. That's why I try to bring these body parts working together in harmony to keep me. If they are fighting to each other, what happened to this body? We're sick. We're not well. We so painful and suffer because the Sangha inside here is not working together. They are on strike. They are on fighting. We should know one thing about the physical body. As a human, we do have old age, sickness and death. With material, we know that there is coming, staying, changing, and disappear. It's like a house. We build a new house, and we call this is a new house, but while it's new, it starts to change. It starts to change. One day, what happened? Look different. New paint now is all dirty, it's all black, stuff like that. So things composing, staying, changing, and collapse. This universe, coming, staying, moving, and destroy. If we can realize this is the truth of the universe, of the planet, of the material, and even with us, then we are free from attachment. We use them, we have them, we appreciate them, we try to protect them, but we are very sure we cannot hold anything long. We try to hold, but remember, nothing can hold long. We try to take multivitamins to keep this body healthy. We try to use different type of cosmetics to keep the skin look younger. We try to go to dentist twice a year to keep these teeth healthy. We try to do blood test once a year at least. All of that we do just to keep this healthy condition. But we have to understand one thing. No matter how much we try, just to keep it a little bit better, but the reality is one day we will come to that point. The point of changing, sick, and we go. Thinking about that, practicing about that, reflecting about that doesn't mean to make us get bored about life, but to appreciate every day we live and to use our health, our conditions, while it's still good to use. For instance, I used to think for myself. Right now, my parents, they're still healthy. They can work on their own. So they don't need my help. So I will use this time to do all the community work. Maybe 20 years later, they are old, they're sick, they need my help. Then at that time, I will stop this community work and take more time to help them. And I don't regret that I did not do anything for both sides. Do you see what I mean by that? So while we're still healthy, let's do something. If you have time, do something. Not to do nothing. I have nothing to do. Why? There are a lot of things for us to do just because we don't want to do. I have nothing to read. Oh my goodness, the whole library. If you take time to read, you will find at least a few good points on each of the page. At least a single word that's new for you, that's something good for you to learn. And I used to talk to the kids, as long as you have the intent to learn, there is a lot of things for you to learn. If you have no intention to learn, even things right in front of you, you still don't take it as a learning. So the practice here is we recognize things negative in order to work positive. Because it's negative, but that doesn't mean we give up and let it be negative. It's negative, but we will try to live positive. And this is the only way to transform. People mistreat you, but you do not mistreat them back. You have to treat them good. This is the only way to lecture them, to teach them, to show them what is called treating each other. They treat you, but not with understanding and love. That's why they mistreat. But because we practice enough, we do have understanding and love, then we must retreat them. When we reflect about, hey, the lung, the kidney, you sick? Oh, you treat me like that? I will try something else to treat you back. I know, you tell me you don't like me anymore, huh? Then I will do something to make you feel better. So if we use hate to resolve problem with hate never done, or never dissolve, or never end. Only love come to hate. Hate will be end. This is the weapon of us. The weapon that we can carry with us is patience, love, understanding, embracing, forgive. So many weapons to solve problems. If we don't want to make war, to create the war, right in our physical body every day, or in here we already have lot of war. One small war, I can give you an example. Sometimes you are ready to attend a party. You open your drawer, you have whole closet of clothes, and you just stand there. What I'm going to wear? You take this, you walk around, you hang in. 5 hours, we still cannot find just one set of clothes to cover this body. Is that a war already? We open the garage, we have whole, what we call shoes, sandals, different type, high heels. We try in, we walk, no, doesn't fit, not matching. We put back and we use. Sometimes after an hour of trying, no, I rather to get a new one. And we go to shopping and try to get a new one. Or even we open the fridge, we look around, nothing to eat. Maybe 5-10 minutes later, nobody touched the fridge, but we still open, what can I eat? So we know for sure that even we live by ourselves, nobody opened the fridge and put more food in there, but we still try. What can I eat? Nothing. We close and then half an hour later open, what can I eat? So even we ourselves, we already have war a lot between food, clothes, and everything good for just for us. Even we like this, we don't like this. We want that, we don't want that. It's already a small war right within us. So Buddhism is the way to live. The way to help us to live and to see things clearly and to live gently and healthily between us and others and many around. This bell is already here for me to invite anytime I want. But I appreciate. That's why I will be gently using it. Not hitting it, not beating the bell, not hitting the bell, but I will invite the bell. Why don't I use, can you please sit down and follow your breath while I'm hitting the bell? The bell did not do anything wrong. Why I need to hitting the bell? Or why I need to beating the bell? All I need is inviting the bell. When I invite the bell, I will be gently. I will be gentle with the bell. Sometimes the word we use is affect a lot of the feelings. If you want to insist someone to doing something, instead of say, you have to do this, okay? The term we use is, can you do this? Still asking people to do. But if you say, you have to do, look like you give them a rock, pushing them. But can you do, please? There is the sense of pleasing in there. I will happy to do it. So sometimes people say, oh, I try to go to the temple. And some monk, they said, you don't have to try. Temple is the place where you need to go to calm yourself. Why you have to try? Have you ever said, I try to eat? I try to live? Live is something very natural. I try to breathe. No, you breathe naturally. You stop breathing, you die. So you don't have to try anything. If you never try to breathe, then try to live. Practice like no trying. Practice something very gently. When you lift up the cup of tea. You smell the fragrance of the tea. You slowly drink the tea. You enjoy the tea. Why? Because the tea ready there to serve. We don't have to ask, is this tea tasty? The tea already tasty. The question for us is, are you there to enjoy them? Is that cookie tasty? Cookie already tasty. Otherwise, they stop their business. Because it's tasty, that's why they still continue to make the product. But the question for us is, am I ready to enjoy this cookie? So every time when you lift up a piece of celery or cucumber, you know that they take time to grow a cucumber. But we only have a minute to finish a cucumber. To build something takes time. To destroy something in a minute. And if we realize this, then we will try our best. Why I use the word try the best? Because we used to live with our negative habit. We very rarely to turn around and live with the positive habit. If today you come to practice here, we happy together, and you may not keep in mind something longer. But if I accidentally do something wrong to you, you never forget. I remember, that day I came to that mindfulness day, I expect that monk to treat me that way, but you know what he treated me? Then we remember all the negatives from someone. Why is that? Because we focus to the negative more than the positive. That's why problems create from there. Suffering starts from there. Things itself, it never have anything called serious or not serious. We serious it. That's why it's become serious. If even the word I told you, not nice, but yeah, it's okay, just joking, then fine. But if you take my word seriously, then that word becomes something like a rock to heavy you and become a distance, a block between us and the others. Money itself never contain evil or gentle or kindness. The way we use money. Money itself, not wrong. Nothing wrong with money. But the behave, how to use the money, is important. If you know how to use money, money can do a lot of things for people, for this life, for this world. But if you do not know how to use money, money becomes something to damage you, to destroy you, and to pull you down. So because of that, that's why we understand, life up and down, changing. And let's say if you are concerned about the future of America, let's say if you, because somebody questioned it, if something happened, we already understand this is one fact of life. This is not happened only this time now, but it's already since this world, this planet appeared. Every year we wish that, wish you a happy new year, a peaceful new year. Does that mean we have really peace the new year? No. So from now until December of 2017, there will be a lot of things will happen again and again. And then 18 and then 20, whatever. up and down is the normal of this life. Why we need to set up any expectation? Just be, look things as they are, no adding or no subtracting. Then you will make things better. If you look at that person, you just recognize, oh, he's like that. But don't add your own idea in. The problem is we always add our idea in. You know what? I saw him walk in that house. Maybe now we start having our own idea in. We create problems. We create misunderstanding. We saw somebody walk in the hotel. You know why? We add our idea in. So remember, our own idea sometimes is not really need to. Sometimes you need to, but sometimes just look things as they are. It's better. Like today, no expectation. Better or worse. We never think that today is very foggy. We never think, but it's foggy. Now what can you do? Oh, I hate this weather. I hate this weather. Then we don't go anywhere. It's foggy now, then I will drive slowly. That's all. If you know it's foggy, then you drive slowly. The success, the happiness is right there. I know he is getting mad right now. That's why I try not to talk anymore. I know he is getting mad right now. That's why I need to say that. And you just create more. If you know this is the happen, then you just recognize it and you do something, and then things will be different. I know I have a stomach ache. So the best way is not to eat anymore. To let my stomach, free from taking the food. Drinking hot water with ginger, then of course you make the problem reduce. If you are not mindful like that, you just take more food, and more food, then our stomach ache even more worse. I hope that you do enjoy your day, your time together, especially this time that we are sitting together and share all the, questions that you brought up. And according to my practice, my understanding, I try to share with you whatever I can. I hope that with my sharing, at least help you a little bit to, see and receive some instruction method so we can practice in this entire life. We just begin our year. There are time for us to, take things and digest and make the year with a better way of living. Actually, if we do not practice every day, if today we suffer and we don't try to do anything, then, suffer will stay the same. Yesterday, a lady came to me and, complained that she had problem like this and like that, and she hoped that I can give you her instruction, stuff like that. While she talked, she already told me she have a lot of instruction. I said, go ahead, tell me what you want to tell. And she just sit there for 20 minutes to express everything along with all instructions she has. I told her that I don't think I can give you any more instruction, because in you already have the instruction. Just because you don't know how to be flexible with all your instructions, that's why you feel that you have no instruction. Sometimes we have a hammer in the hand, but hey, is there something that I can nail this? We already have a hammer in hand, but we're still looking for something to nail. You know, we already have instruction. Sometimes life, come things suddenly and one after one. That's why we feel like we collapse. We feel like we are panicked. But if we are, stable enough, then things will be balanced. Last thing I want to say to make this clear. In the Lotus Sutra, there was a chapter called the Universal Doors. It's explained that there was a group of people who is, boating in the ocean, and suddenly the waves, the wind, and many things come and make the boat unbalanced. So people in that boat so panicked, so afraid, so scared. They're screaming, they're yelling. One person stand up and say, "Everybody, don't worry. Calm yourself down. Stay where you are." Why? Because when they stay where they are, they balance the boat. And the sutra said, stay where you are, balance yourself, don't worry, be very mindful. Come back to recite the Avalokiteshvara's name. Because Avalokiteshvara Bodhisattva is the Bodhisattva symbolized for coming back to yourself, listening to yourself, listening to others around you. And you will realize that you are not the only one suffering. Many people are in the same boat with you. So when you see that you are inter-art, when you see that you inter-art, then you will less complain. You will say, "No, I am the only one who suffers." No, in this life, many people suffer. And if you're understanding the suffer, they feel, "Oh, I've released now because at least somebody understands me." It helps a lot. You release a lot. Even you cannot help yet, but at least you tell them, you understanding them. They feel better right away. Thank you for your listening. And thank you for your questions too. Please enjoy your breaths along with the 3 sounds of the bell. And after this talk, we will finish our evening. And I hope that we all enjoy the day and bring this energy of peace through the week. So we also can benefit, not for us only, but also for others. The same as the first question, how can I help others? Help us first. Be peace first before we can share the peace to others.